something that Warren said yesterday was about the power of the touch of the finger. How developers and publishers and authors and writers can really make that magical. I've started talking before my translator was here, but I'm sure he'll just give a quick summary of what I said, and then we'll hand over to Warren, so thank you.
And brilliant and good-looking translators. We are going to talk about pushing the boundary. We're going to explore a couple of examples, actually 10 examples, that you should download today so that you're aware of the state of the art. I want to take Neil's question and put this to each of you. What can you turn this into? Everybody wants the top 10. This is not that. My top 10 list is actually 245. I've customized this list for you, people who are thinking about books, both in print and digital format. And finally, the views in this presentation are my own. They're not the other jurors, they're not the New York Times, and they're not the Bologna Curated. And now, with the help of my brilliant translator, I will start to demonstrate that. The Voyage of Ulysses, it's done by Elastico here in Italy. So let's have a look at this. We like this because the innovative transitions, as well as the ability to toggle between English and Italian. So you see, I am controlling the animation of everything. So now my finger turns into sort of scroll into the page. Type and text and fonts, as you know, plays a great role in any sort of printed publication, and a lot of thought goes into how a page is laid out. With digital, the actual layout can
The sea gently carried the Greek ships as far as the island of Bologna.
Pork out of this thing, this bag. I can make the words into the wind. If you want to take a traditional story and use the animation to work with the narrative, this is a good example. So we have innovative page transitions that support the narrative, a language experience, print to meaning, and also gross motor engagement. At one point, I steered the ship by leaning outside. Next up, Cinderella from Rosy Crow. I'm assuming everybody knows about the work of Rosy Crow. It's one to look at, but notice the mirror as you can look, and this is used quite frequently these days, but it puts the child's face into the pad, and it works like that. The other thing you notice about Rosy Crow is the professionalism of the child narrators.
Hello, I'm Franklin. What's your name?
Is well crafted. A lot of these people who made these apps have spoken at Dust for Magic in the past, and so they're up either there, there are places on YouTube where you can hear them speak. Another challenge that you have when you move to digital is how do you help the child represent the story? So I'm going to look at Sophia, and Disney Publishing Worldwide is another studio to watch. So let's have a look at Sophia. Obviously, Disney has the advantage of branding, and whether it's a good thing or a bad thing to license characters, it is fun for a child to see a movie that's very high quality and go home and be able to play with the characters. This is the feature I wanted to spotlight. I believe that this looks a little bit like Neil, and this looks a little bit like Cat. So now I need somebody to help me to be, who would like me to be Cat or Neil. Volunteer? Please. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, would you like to be Cat or Neil? Okay, come on this side. Okay. And so you're going to put your hair, move her around, and I'm going to be Neil. All right. Let's start. Okay, how are you doing today, Kat? I think it's rather smashing indeed. Yes, here it is. Okay. See how this came out?
Okay, how are you doing today, Kat?
Hi, Neil. I'm doing fine. I have a new song, and I love your suit.
Oh, I think it's rather smashing indeed.
Oh, you found my pen.
Yes, here it is.
Oh, thank you. I couldn't live without it on this heat.
Thank you very much. It's a great way for a child to apply. It's also a very strong verbal experience. You should all be aware of, I'm sure this one, okay. Ice is nice, or just it's one of many of the Ocean House Media titles, and I'd like to just look at the Ocean House Media titles right now very quickly. I've got a typical ebook situation.
Sales friend.
So if you could not speak English, this would be a good way for you to practice, because you could touch that green thing in the middle and see the word ham fly out of the sentence and put it into context, building that meaning. We call it scaffolding. The other thing that Ocean House Media has added is the ability to add your own narration. And you can save several narration tracks so that if mom or dad were going on a trip, they could record the story, the entire story, and substitute for the narrator so that they could hear their parent that night. So all I have to do is click on Grandpa or click on Warren, and that voice gets swapped in the story, and they read to me. Yep. Increasingly, these customization features make a lot of sense, and they let you better tailor the experience to the child. Michelle Crippinelli is the president of Ocean House Media. If you Google that word, those couple of those words, listen to his talk. He talks a lot about Android development, iOS, the economics of the difference between 99 cents and $2.99 in licensing. Very smart to listen to that. Alaska is by Kiwi Media. And Andre, I remember we liked the scaffolding technique. By the way, Andre is here. So this is one that we discovered together, and it was fun. This is from Cuba, Kiwi Media, one of many the different groups that will take content and put it in their template. Well, what's unique about this is all of the art is children's art. Now I'd like you to turn the volume up, please, and so I'm going to swipe over a sentence and I'm going to hear it read in context.
Mettiamo col volume alto magari la lettura.
So now I can either touch one word,
Una parola sola.
notice how it pops out in the scaffolding.
Emerge, questo è lo scaffolding che preparavamo prima.
And I can swipe over.
Invece scorro tutto senza la lettura dell'intera frase.
And that's a child narrator. That's not a professional narrator.
Questo è un lettore bambino, non è un narratore professionista.
The harder you press, the more you want to know what the meaning is. That makes it pop out. So they correlated a sensory motor behavior with a decoding option for scaffolding. Brilliant. Another trend you should be aware of is apps are becoming specialized portals for specialized browsers, which is very interesting. So this is ABC Farm from a small studio in Chicago called Peapod Labs. It uses Creative Commons content and is for the first time multilingual. So let's have a look at this.
Rooster.
Everybody come in. Fortunately, I can turn on the music, which is an option that I always look for.
L'opzione di togliere la musica io la cerco sempre.
Rooster.
One touch, the finger becomes a translator.
Gallo.
You see that? I feel powerful now. Now I can touch and I can swipe through and look at the beauty. Neil, this is why we paid for that screen.
Gatito.
Oh. Gatito. Oh, that's so beautiful. So, this goes to a YouTube video. Only if you had a Wi-Fi network. I asked you, bless my iPad. So what they can do is they can, every time you update this app, they can plug in new videos.
Oh, lettuce.
Guess how much they paid for this, for all these pictures? How much did Peapod Labs pay for the YouTube content? Zero. Nil. So this is a pretty good business model. Next up, we have Timbuktu. Innovative navigation, crisp, nicely crafted, and it is not a page flipper. This is one of many titles. Timbuktu was presented earlier and is a magazine.
Ieri ha presentato la rivista.
Andre, you like this one, right?
Andre, a te è piaciuto molto.
So check this out. This is really nice. It's sort of like a lever thing.
Come una cosa su strati, uno sopra l'altro.
Where is Timbuktu here?
C'è qualcuno di Timbuktu qua.
So bravo on this.
Bravi per noi.
Nice stuff. So we really enjoy discovering apps like this.
Piacere degli altri.
Uncovering and unfolding, and things just don't flip now. Things unfold for the child, and they can make them. So
Non c'è più il flip, c'è il meccanismo proprio delle cose che si scoprono e si aprono per i bambini.
Timbuktu, nice work. You can see that people are thinking beyond the page. Another one that lets the child participate in the plot, in the story, is the monster at the end of this book from Callaway Digital Arts in the United States.
Qui è di Callaway Digital Arts, che è una società statunitense, anche in questo caso abbiamo un bambino che...
So you actually help, every page you turn you have to unglue, you have to build bricks, you knock down the bricks. Also a great strategy is tell the child not to do something. Don't turn the page. And of course they will. Moritz Lessmore from Moonbot Studios. It's definitely one that you needed to know about. Its counterpart app is called Imaginatron, and it uses augmented reality, so the printed book actually becomes QR codes that unlock effects. One of my favorites is when you're inside the dark library, you hold your iPad up and you start looking around, and the books start to talk out of the shelves. So this room would become a library. So it's really important. The last is Harry and the Haunted House from Wonderful, which is one of the very first ebooks ever made. It used to be called Living Books back in the 90s. The thing that's unique about this is Mark Schlichting is a master of the clickable. So the lesson to take away from this is 1 and 2 layer touchables that work with the story, so that when you touch a bird the first time, the bird will fly away. The second time, there'll be an egg. The third time, the egg will hatch, and so on. So nested, very simple routine started with the living books. For the encore, the orchestra, and any touch press app. The winner of the Bologna Ragazzi Nonfiction Prize was Warhorse, which is outside. Touch Press is doing some of the best work in the space, and so there are many titles that they have. Ones that make the most sense to know besides Warhorse would be the Sonnets, and also I think Leonardo, but they're all very interesting. So I'll end with a little concert for you. This is the Philharmonia Orchestra from the UK.
La Filarmonica del Regno Unito.
And what they did here was that they digitize each instrument so that we can go in and we can look specifically, and we can listen to a
Any
master.
musical instrument depends on vibration.
La fisicalità di ogni strumento si deve applicare per qualcuno che la descrive come in questo modo.
If you're a brass player, you've got to break the whole sound. And you do that by vibrating your lips like this. The tighter your lips, the higher the pitch.
This is a C trumpet. Okay, enough of him. I want to hear the trumpet being played now.
E adesso a questo punto sento in pratica, messa in pratica la tromba che ho visto descritta prima.
And I can look at any instrument. That in its own right is a masterpiece. But then putting it in the context of the orchestra. So let's do that. So I'm going to go in and listen to Beethoven.
È già una meraviglia da solo, questo strumento, adesso possiamo sentire Beethoven tutto insieme.
Now I can scrub, so I can move around in the score, and I can look at, I want to see just the trombone, for example.
Voglio vedere solo il trombone.
This is the full score.
Questa è tutta la partitura di ogni strumento.
So I can learn about the trumpet jump there. If I can't read music, I have this option.
Se non riesco a fare la musica ho questa opzione qua però, che non
I
è
want to go to the
quella.
end. Let's see what that. Oh, there's some pauses, so let's see what happens right here.
Ci sono delle pause, delle musiche.
And he looks interesting. Let's learn about him.
Lui sembra interessante, perché lui cosa
I
possiamo
wonder what he sounds like.
And they do. And you create some of the groups. First performances of Beethoven symphonies, there are some really funny ones. People accused him of being drunk when he wrote these pieces, which might actually be the case, but nevertheless, this is not the
He
point.
was drunk when he wrote this. Notice the lights up here. I'll let you visualize music in a new way.
This symphony,
Take my two fingers, I'm going to pinch out.
first note, the last.
Now I can see the orchestra. Take my finger and I tap. Now I got the full view. Now I can listen to one section at a time, just the timpanis. There's not a lot going on in the timpanis.
Posso decidere di far suonare solo una sezione, solo
They don't need brass.
I love the brass.
Glorious, powerful sound. Trombones and trumpets.
My suggestion, though, if you want to be in the orchestra, is don't be a trumpet player, because if you do a lot of sitting there, you should bring a novel and just read it, because that's all you do.
Però in realtà come tromba non è bene andare in orchestra perché si sta a sedere immediatamente bisogna portarsi dietro un romanzo.
You want to be a violin or a viola, listen to these
È
guys.
meglio un suonatore di viola o violino.
Okay, so that's the orchestra, and it's just beautiful. It's why you spend $300 to $500 for this device. I want to get back to our original question, and that is, how can you turn this into magic?
Com'è possibile trasformare questo in magia? Cosa si può fare?
So getting back to music, this is what you have to hit at the end of a lot of counting when you're a trumpet player, and you don't want to miss it. And making a digital product for children is a lot that way. You have to hit it the first time, and you have to do it right. And you got to nail it, which takes discipline and practice.
Se ci vuole però tanta disciplina e tanta pratica.
Grazie. Thank you very much.